Winning is not something you stumble upon by accident. It is not a lottery ticket you scratch and suddenly your life changes. Winning is a conscious choice you make when everything inside you screams to walk away, but you decide to plant your feet and keep going. Most people want to win when it feels good, when the sun is shining, when their energy is high. But the moment discomfort knocks on their door, they trade the dream for an excuse. The truth is, the decision to win happens in the dark when nobody is watching, when your body is worn down, when your mind is trying to bargain for comfort. That's the moment that separates the ones who talk about winning from the ones who actually do it. It is not talent that makes the difference. It is the decision that no matter how long it takes, no matter how brutal it gets, you are not turning back. There are people out there with more resources, better genetics, better connections, and still they lose because they never make that internal commitment. They flirt with the idea of success, but never marry it. The decision to win means burning the safety net, cutting off the escape routes, telling yourself that the only way out is through. When you truly decide to win, you accept that failure is not the opposite of victory. It is part of the road to it. You stop taking failure personally and start taking it as data, as feedback, as fuel. You realize the goal is not to look good on the way. The goal is to arrive at the finish line, no matter what condition you're in when you get there. People think that decision-making is a one-time event, that you declare your goal once and everything lines up. But the decision to win is not made once, it's made every day. Every morning you wake up and you recommit. Every time your body aches, you recommit. Every time you feel doubt, you recommit. There is no autopilot here. If you want to win, you have to fight for that decision over and over until it's no longer a thought but a reflex. That's how you hardwire victory into your DNA. You make the decision so many times in so many brutal moments that it becomes who you are. The world doesn't care about your intentions, it only respects execution. You can think about winning, talk about winning, post about winning all day, but unless you show up when it's uncomfortable, when it's inconvenient, when it's downright miserable, the decision means nothing. When you say, "I am going to win," you're not just making a statement, you're signing a contract with yourself that says you're willing to go through every bit of hell necessary to make it happen. And that contract is binding. You don't get to tear it up when it hurts. You don't get to renegotiate when it takes longer than you planned. You stick to it until the job is done. Choosing to win means understanding that there will be sacrifices, time you can't get back, relationships that can't handle the pressure, comfort you'll never feel again. It means being okay with being misunderstood, being judged, even being hated. You can't chase approval and victory at the same time. One will always kill the other. So you decide in advance that you'd rather be alone at the top than comfortable at the bottom. You decide that the opinions of others are background noise compared to the voice inside you saying, "Keep going." And here's the thing about deciding to win: it's not glamorous. It's not the highlight reels you see online. It's repetition. It's doing the work when you're bored with the work. It's staying disciplined when your motivation is dead. It's putting in extra hours when everyone else clocks out. It's treating every small, invisible action like it matters because it does. People are always looking for the secret, the shortcut, the hack. But the secret is that there is no secret. The decision to win is the hack, because once you've truly made it, you'll do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, until you get there. You have to understand, deciding to win doesn't guarantee speed, it guarantees endurance. Most quit not because they're incapable, but because they can't handle the length of the fight. They want results in weeks for something that takes years. They want applause before they've earned it. They want the comfort of progress without the discomfort of process. But when you've decided to win, you stop caring about how long it takes. You're not in a hurry because you're not going anywhere but forward. Time stops being an enemy and becomes just another tool you use. When you make that decision, you kill the idea of Plan B. You stop playing with backup plans because backup plans are just slow exits from commitment. You stop giving yourself the option to turn around. You take the word quit and erase it from your vocabulary. You don't even let yourself imagine a life without the victory you're after. That's how deeply the decision has to live inside you. It's not a hope, it's not a wish. It's the truth you operate from every single day. And here's the final reality. Nobody can make that decision for you. Not your coach, not your parents, not your friends, not your followers. They can push you, they can encourage you, but only you can decide that you will not stop until you win. That decision has to be born inside you. It has to be protected inside you. And it has to be fed inside you every single day. Because once you make it, the universe will test it. Life will throw everything at you to see if you meant it. And if you do, if you stand your ground and take the hits and keep moving forward, then sooner or later, that decision will turn into reality. Endurance is not something you inherit. It's something you build in the fire of repetition, discomfort, and pressure. Most people can sprint when the path is clear and the crowd is cheering, but endurance is what carries you through when the applause dies and you're running in silence. It's the ability to keep moving forward when progress feels invisible, when every part of you is screaming to stop. Endurance is not about how fast you start. It's about how long you can keep going when every reason to quit is sitting in front of you. The battlefield is not the start line. It's the long, endless stretch where nothing seems to change and quitting looks like relief. That's where people drop out. That's where most lose. And that's where you separate yourself. If you want to last, you have to train yourself to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a long time. You have to make peace with the fact that winning might take years, maybe decades. There will be days you feel like you've given everything you have and you're still standing in the same spot. Those are the moments that break most people because they think effort equals instant results. But endurance is about understanding that results are often delayed, hidden behind layers of grind that you have to strip away one day at a time. The ones who keep showing up through those dead zones, through those invisible stretches, are the ones who eventually break through. Endurance is built by showing up when your mind is telling you it's pointless. It's built by training when you're tired, by working when you're uninspired, by staying committed when you've lost the emotional high that got you started. This is where people confuse motivation with discipline. Motivation is a spark. It gets you moving. But endurance is the engine. The engine doesn't care about excitement. It just keeps turning. It doesn't care about conditions. It just does its job. When you have endurance, you stop needing the perfect mood or the perfect moment to act. You just act. There will be times when you're out there alone, when no one is calling, no one is checking on you, no one is giving you a pat on the back. That's when the endurance mindset matters most. You have to learn to push yourself without external validation, without someone holding your hand or giving you permission. You keep going because you said you would, because you made a promise to yourself that you're not going to break. And the longer you keep that promise, the stronger your endurance becomes. The truth about endurance is it's not just physical, it's mental warfare. Your mind will start throwing you exit routes, telling you you've done enough, convincing you it's time to stop. You have to catch those thoughts, cut them off, and replace them with one simple command. Keep going. You can't negotiate with yourself in the middle of the fight. Negotiation is how dreams die. You have to strip your mind of the option to quit, to delay, to soften the work. When endurance is in your DNA, quitting stops being a choice. There will be moments when the pain isn't just in your body, but in your spirit. When you've taken losses that cut deep, when you've been betrayed, when you've invested everything and gotten nothing in return. Endurance in those moments isn't about pushing your body. It's about keeping your heart alive when it wants to shut down. It's about protecting your willpower like it's the last flame in a storm, refusing to let it go out no matter how hard the wind blows. Because once that flame dies, you're done. But if you can protect it, feed it, keep it burning through the worst storms, you'll outlast everyone who couldn't. Most people never realize that endurance is a skill that compounds. The longer you've stayed in the fight before, the easier it is to stay longer next time. You start to carry evidence in your mind, proof that you've survived before, proof that you can survive again. Every day you endure becomes another brick in the wall that protects your commitment. And when that wall is built high enough, nothing can touch you. No setback, no insult, no loss can get inside and make you fold. You have to be willing to play the long game. Stop looking for the quick win. Stop chasing the overnight success. Stop expecting instant gratification. The long game is ugly, it's repetitive, it's exhausting, but it's also the only game that guarantees you the finish line if you keep playing. Most people tap out because they thought they signed up for a sprint. They didn't realize they were in a marathon. And the marathon isn't about speed, it's about who's still moving when the others are sitting on the sidelines. Endurance is built in the small, consistent actions nobody celebrates. It's in the extra reps you do when the workout is technically over. It's in the extra hours you put into your craft when no one's paying you yet. It's in the studying you do when you could be relaxing, in the practice you put in when you could be sleeping. It's in the little decisions you make every day to move forward instead of standing still. None of these moments feel like glory, but together they form the backbone of every victory. You have to decide right now that you are going to be the last one standing. That you will outlast the weather, the critics, the boredom, the pain, the silence. That no matter how long it takes, you are going to keep showing up. Because the truth is, endurance beats talent when talent gets tired. Endurance beats intelligence when intelligence gets frustrated. Endurance beats speed when speed runs out of gas. Endurance beats everything if you refuse to break. And when you've endured longer than anyone else, when you've stayed in the fight after everyone else has left, that's when you win. Not because you were the best in the beginning, but because you were the last one who wouldn't quit.